his Apollos back. Yes, he does, and he does manage to pick off one Tengu. So that's a little bit of a victory there for En1gma. And Elites has managed to expand into the water and will be running at 3,000 ore per minute. En1gma has got his economy back up and is at a slight advantage right now. And I'm not sure what Elites has, what En1gma is producing next. En1gma is producing another ore refinery, but he's out of money. At the same time, Elites is pressing forward with 5 jet Tengus, and it looks like he's doing a lot of scouting with them. And Apollos are going in the opposite direction, and they're totally avoiding and missing each other. Once En1gma sees that there's nothing in Elite's base, he's reacting by bringing his Apollos back, and here come the 5 jet Tengus, and I think they're going to do some damage. And he better bring them all down, because these 4 jet Tengus will not be able to compete with these 3 Apollos. But En1gma doesn't have a bomber. He doesn't have anything that can shoot anything on the ground. He simply has the 3 Apollos. He can produce infantry from his boot camp, but the infantry won't be able to compete with these Mecha Tengus. And the Mecha Tengus are taking out a power plant. At least they're doing some kind of damage. And now, En1gma has now produced a 3rd ore refinery. And so his economy is going okay. Elites has now got a 3rd ore refinery being planted into the ground. En1gma has only got 2 refineries going right now. At least he has all 3 refineries alive, but he's only able to mine from 2 of them. And now En1gma throws up a wall, and Elite's response is to attack the boot camp. Now, Elites is already teched up to tier 2. He's not producing something there. He's trying to, as halfway produced. And it looks like En1gma will finally be able to take out the Tengu. The Tengu rose up, went airborne, and those Tengus cannot compete with all of those Apollos. And so En1gma's economy is back on the roll. However, Elites is now going after another prospector. Elites is going after another ore collector. And En1gma elects to convert it into a command hub. So Elites is running at 4,500 ore per minute, and En1gma is running at 3,000 ore per minute, and it's going to take a while for En1gma to get his economy back up. And as you can see, Elites is already preparing for another wave of attacks. And it looks like it's going to be a while before this ore refinery will be able to produce anything. And there's En1gma producing another power plant. Right now, all En1gma has is the 1 airbase. So it's going to take a while, if ever. And because they have defensive drones, and here, this is going to cause even more problems. The Apollos are not going to be able to camp out over top of the Tengus. And this will be bad news for the Tengus. This multi-gunner turret can definitely beat up the Tengus. Wow, a little bit of a miscalculation by Elites, because he's lost quite a few units to stationary defense. And back in Elite's base, he's at tier 2. He's cranking out tsunami tanks, and he's running at 4,500 ore per minute, whereas his opponent's running at 3,000 ore per minute. So that's a big advantage. And it really doesn't look as though anytime soon that En1gma is going to get his economy back up to the same level that Elites has his economy. And now here comes Elites with 2, 4, 5 tsunami tanks. His MCV is moving forward. I think that'll be it for the ore refinery once these tsunami tanks arrive. Now En1gma has produced a second airbase. So that could prove useful, but more defensive drones have been deployed onto the 5 tsunami tanks, which are already powerful enough. They're probably going to take out this multi-gunner turret. And Elise is pretty much throwing his stuff right into the teeth of the defense of En1gma. And he's pretty much ignoring the fact that he's going straight into the heart of his defense. You'd figure he could fight around here where there is no defense, but Elites is sending him right into the middle of En1gma's defense. En1gma's undefended here, but Elites doesn't care. I'm not sure if he knows it or if he figures he's got such a big enough economic advantage he can get away with it, but Elites Empire army is beating up En1gma pretty badly. Elites continues to crank out more tsunami tanks. I haven't seen a striker in a while. Looks like it's all tsunami tanks. Tsunami tanks are microing nicely. Once they're in the water, of course, they can't be crushed. It looks like this tsunami tank is going to get crushed. Yes, it is. But the honorable discharge also did damage to the airbase. So this airbase is going to be in a bit of trouble. The honorable discharge is really coming in handy. It's causing damage to structures that are allied structures that are nearby. And now Elites is smartly going after the power plant, which will make it more difficult for En1gma to place down multi-gunner turrets. He'll also need power as well as just the turret itself. Now finally En1gma has lost his expansion ore refinery. This really cements Elite's economic advantage, having that ore refinery taken down. And one of the tanks goes into secondary mode, giving it a defensive bonus, but of course being unable to fire. And this is really tough with En1gma fighting so close to, with Elites fighting so close to En1gma's air bases. It makes it easy for fast bombing runs. He can come right back to his airbase and refill with bombs, but if Elites can manage to shoot this down, and he's just going to suicide basically into the airbase. Yes, the honorable discharge of the Mecha Tengu gave the killing blow to the second airbase, and so now En1gma is down to 1 airbase. He's got 4 Vindicator bombers, and he's got a couple of he's got 3 Apollo fighters, so he does have a good air force, but his MCV is weak, his economy is low, his economy is lacking, and Elites is now up to 4 ore refineries.